Hello, dear people, and happy International Correspondence Writing Month. There are so many lovely Incowrimo videos on YouTube where people show how they organize themselves, so that made me think, how do I actually organize myself? And I'm sitting in the midst of my artsy chaos on my bed. I don't have a desk. I'm one of these few people who don't have a desk because I would feel like walled in if I had a desk. And it was a huge issue when my parents had a desk made for me and I didn't want it as a kid. But okay, now I'm a big kid in my own student apartment. I can have and not have whatever furniture I want. So I am mostly writing on my bed, and that means I have a clipboard with a herbal design because I love herbs and flowers. And as you may see on this clipboard, store-bought and self-made stationery lives in peace side by side. The one with the bullfinch is store-bought because I can't paint such a pretty bullfinch yet. Here my own homemade kingfishers have a little bit of a hippie party. I figured out that it works best for me to write like one pen paling letter and one Incowrimo letter per day early in the morning before I get on social media or before I even get to the household chores and so on. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. And actually, these kingfishers here are really looking forward to fly to the USA. My pen paling letter of the day goes to Switzerland. Grüezi. I have a book in the style of the clipboard where I actually write down what I'm going to do in the day. And since I'm such a visual thinker, I always try to paint the day plan, to find a way to compose it as an watercolor painting on an artist postcard. Like if you look close, this is the structure of the watercolor paper. Good artist quality. I'm not advertising any products, but here you see the first point, making a YouTube video with a funny hat. Here writing an article for the newspaper about how correspondence is still important nowadays, to put this importance out into the world. Then here I'm starting to paint a bloodhound who goes like sniff, 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 because I'm searching for a particular card with a pair on that I started ages ago, and now in Incowrimo the time is right to reconnect with people whose mail I lost in the chaos of my life. Then here I want to design yet another paper for love and appreciation with a lady in a skirt that looks like a flower. I finally want to draw my story of the magic feather as a postcard set. I want to design stationery with ducks. And the cats are not really visible here that I wanted to paint. I kind of have a cat painting and cat crafting flow now. So on Instagram, you can look forward to some kitty pictures later. And here, of course, I want to write my 2 letters and 1 postcard to get them out into the world. I've been meaning to do this video for a longer time, but actually I was in the flow of crafting these little cards that one can use as friendship book shells. If you don't know what a friendship book is, that works sort of like a message in a bottle. Like you send it out into the world, you pass it around among pen pals, and you hope one day it comes back and you see where it went. But you don't throw it into the water. I mean, it has plastic and it sometimes has mermaids on it, but that doesn't mean it swims very well. This plastic isn't always even, like, especially if you haven't done this in a long time, you might get some cracks and wrinkles, but that's just the way life goes. Cat theme number 1. Cat theme number 2. I have a lot of these round stickers, so there will be a lot of moon pictures with and without cats. Here it matters to me, it matters to me like to use and upcycle whatever I can. Like this turquoise thingy is the frame of a sticker sheet actually, and it had such a pretty color that I didn't want to put it to the garbage, and this is my favorite friendship book. By the way, the mermaid is a post-it from a cheap store, which I'm not going to advertise here. Elephants. Actually, pictures from 2 cheap stores, and the cardboard is yet from another dollar store. On the inside, it looks a little bit more fancy. Have to put a sticker over the white stuff though. More mermaids parading. By the way, if people want to be really fancy, they use contour stickers, but I personally have a problem with those because they produce so much garbage. Like, many people throw these sheets away after only having used these little lines that are white now. Okay, let's continue with the catwalk, otherwise this is getting too long. Da-dup. Wherever there's a cat, it needs to chase a mouse. Old post stamps are really good to craft with to emphasize the beauty of writing snail mail instead of email. As a kid, I learned that this type of bird, was once the logo of a particular political writing organization because it eats pepper. And I eat a lot of pepper. My friend made these most beautiful penne all'arrabbiata for me yesterday without knowing that this type of pasta was called penne all'arrabbiata with plenty of chili. Okay, I just dropped one booklet with a cat, but I think that was kind of boring, and I can show it on Instagram if it's not boring. I like the moon and the butterflies because the moon is so mystic. And actually, my favorite fun fact about the moon is that it is considered a male person in cultures in cold countries where the sun is sort of the giver of life and the moon is just cold, like Máni in Icelandic and Der Mond in German. But La Luna and Il Sole in Italian, for instance. I don't have any friendship book for Mr. Golden Sun at the moment because it's so cold. This is a postcard honoring the cold and the idea of staying inside and making the best of the weather when there is a superstorm like yesterday. So, yeah. Please send me your cold and warm greetings and let me know what you think, if I should do an Incowrimo video on a new theme every day for the rest of February. Bye!